Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just want to get on here and give you all a quick update. The last time I left a message of pray for me, and then it was like days went by and you didn't hear from me again. For that, I apologize. Days after that, I ended up needing so much rest. I was on strict orders from my family. You're gonna just rest. You're gonna rest, and that's what I did. So let me tell you, first of all, thank you for those of you who prayed for me, who continued, and who were genuine concern. Thank you. I am so happy to have this community because I just feel when, if I am down or if something's going on, it's always good to know that I can ask for a prayer request and you guys got me. It's not always about my uploads, but just knowing that there's a group who are still there, who enjoy the channel, who share the same faith as I do, who have their ups and downs in life as I do, and will pray for me. So I am so thankful. So, just to give a quick story, a quick update on what happened, I basically was having the most fun time ever, was just enjoying myself at home with my family, and then I laid back on the carpet, cracking up laughing, and then all of a sudden I got super dizzy. I went upstairs, went to lay down, got a little ice pack because I was just feeling so nauseous. I slept. I would wake up, everything would be fine when my eyes are closed, but when I open my eyes or try to raise my head, I felt so dizzy. When I would get up, I found myself sort of teetering to the right more than anything, and I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna sleep some more. I'm gonna sleep some more, and it just was not working. I am someone that I try to wait to do all the home remedies or just sleep or just say, okay, let me wait until I actually have to go to the doctor or go to the hospital, okay? Of course, I know in really emergent situations I gotta go, but I just didn't really recognize this as something that I need to go to the emergency room for. I was thinking, oh, I might be dehydrated. It could be this, it could be that, it could blah, blah, blah. So I kept sleeping. Then it was just early in the morning, then it was later in the morning, and then it was noon, and then it was 1, and then it was 2. And I was thinking, okay, I have to do something. So I got up and teeter-tottered, and I kept, tell my family, yeah, I'm feeling okay, but I wasn't. I wanted to be okay. I was trying to comb my hair. I couldn't. That was hard. Everything was hard. And I knew that when I kept feeling this thin bit of sweat over my body and nausea, I knew something was up because then I ended up having a, upchuck. And when I did that, I felt so weak. I just lay down on the porcelain floors in the bathroom. And I will tell you, I don't have a dirty bathroom. I do clean my bathroom, but I don't like bathrooms. I mean, I'm comfortable in my bathroom, but every time I clean it, I'm always creeped out. Even though it's not dirty like that, I'm always creeped out. If I wipe around the behind the sink or the faucets, like I'm always like, ooh, if I when I wipe the toilet and get behind the crooks and crevices, I try not to even make eye contact with anything. And again, because it's not messy like that, but it's like, ooh, that's how I feel. Ooh. So, so I knew that when I was laying down on that floor in that bathroom and enjoying it and not caring, I knew that I need to go to the hospital. And so that's what happened. Ended up going to the hospital and they checked for everything. They checked my blood. They did a CT scan. They did all these things to make sure I wasn't having a stroke or anything else. They checked my heart. Everything cleared. Everything was fine. And they just figured it was some vertigo. So what they ended up doing, which is like dizziness, okay, and I don't know how. I mean, I know what it is. Inside your ear, for those I don't know, and I'm not speaking to you like you're not smart, but some people really don't know. But inside your ear, behind your eardrum, you have these tiny bones, the tiniest bones in your body, and they help with transporting sound. And then behind that is a little tiny, tiny, tiny snail-shaped organ that is key to collecting sound and hearing, and then transmitting it to that main uh Wow, I can't even think about it. The auditory nerve that tells your brain what you're hearing. So inside that tiny, tiny snail-shaped thing is what we have the purulent fluid, and that helps a lot with your balance. And when everything's going good, you should not notice that stuff is moving around because it's moving around. If you can imagine I remember I've seen this on cars back in the days growing up. It was a compass and it would be sitting in this liquid and you see it moving around east west, stuff like that. That's kind of like how that liquid is moving, but you should not feel that. When something is off, then you feel it. That's when you feel dizzy and all of that. And that's what I experienced. And it was so frightening. It was so frightening how disabled I was, how helpless I was. Lifting my hand to do stuff, that fluid is moving. All of a sudden, I'm aware it's making me dizzy, trying to look, my eyes moving around. It's just, everything is woozy. The world is woozy. Just walking and just find myself going to the right and then trying to steady myself in the center. It was a very scary feeling, and it just, again, I was like, God, I'm so sorry for the times I complain about little things. As a matter of fact, there's a few things I know within myself. I have always been a little bit like, oh, this is just a conversation between me and God. I'm not about to share it here. Just things that I would always kind of talk to God about and be concerned about, pay attention to. But I tell you, after this, I was like, God, I am so sorry. I am done with that nonsense. And I overcame that thing that I was always going, God, well, you know, guys, I can't tell you enough how thankful I am. I'm thanking God that my cochlea is functioning. They gave me some stuff through an IV. I was like feeling much better within maybe 30 minutes. I was able to open my eyes and look around without feeling sick. And then they gave me something to take to anytime I feel an onset. And that's been it. But then once I got home, I just had to, the orders were to rest, to rest, to rest. You're not getting up to do anything. And it was so hard. It was super hard for me because I just realized I don't even sleep in like that. It's hard. I just get up. I get up early and I get things done. And even if I'm not getting things done, I still wake up and I get up and just be existing. Um, but I never realized how much rest was important. I felt so guilty resting. So when I was laying there and just sleeping, and then I wake up and get something to eat, and then go back to lay down, just strict orders from my family, it was weird. And it felt wrong because I realized I'm always doing something. But that rest helped me so much. So that's where I've been, just, resting and relaxing and allow my body to recuperate. And um I still have to do follow up and stuff to make sure, because now I have to go to the ENT doctor so they can make sure that's an isolated incident and nothing else. So, but I just want to give you a update on that and say thank you so much for your prayers. Let you all know where I've been, and just know the power of resting. Sometimes a lot of things that we're going through and a lot of things that we may be feeling physically could be because we're tired. It could be because we're not drinking enough water. It could be because we're not listening to our body. We get so used to just pushing, 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 and our body can actually continue to function. If you think about people who are held prisoner and then they're just tortured or stuff like that, the human spirit is very resilient. It can keep going, but it doesn't change the fact that you have to take care of the physical aspect of your body and you have to rest. So once again, thank you for those of you who prayed for me. Just want to give y'all an update on what was going on, and I will talk to you soon. God bless you and have a great upcoming week.